Good morning, class 8. Starting with the second duty, the chapter is 7, Asia, location, extent, political and physical features. Now, what is Asia? As we know, Asia is the continent, largest continent of the world. It occupies about 1/3 of the total land area of the world. It stretches between 10 degrees south to latitude 10 degrees south to 80 degrees north and longitude 25 degrees east to 170 degrees west, and has an area of approximately 45.03 million square kilometers. Now, the continent also has large number of people, near about 4.48 billion till last 2017 the census was done, which is roughly about 3/5 of the world's total population. What is the outstanding feature of this Asia is there is great variety and diversity in physical, cultural and economic characteristics, which makes this a continent of contrast. Now, location. Where is Asia located? Well, if you open your map, world map, we can find that Asia is located in the northern, this is the northern and this is the eastern part, hemisphere, northern hemisphere and eastern hemisphere, together with Europe. This one is Europe, Asia, and here this portion I am taking closer to you, then you will understand. This portion, it is Europe. So sometimes it is together known as Eurasia. Now, Europe and Asia has been divided by a mountain which is known as Ural Mountain. Then here Caspian Sea in the west and the Caucasus Mountains in the south. This is south and this is west. Southwest, the Arctic Ocean, it lies in the northern this side of Asia, while the Pacific and lies India into the south and east Pacific. Okay. Latitudinally, Asia extends from 10 degrees south to 80 degrees north. In the east-west, from here to there, it extends from 97 kilometers. It extends from 20 to 25 degrees east, 25 degrees east to 170 degrees west. There are time differences of 11 hours from Anatolia Plateau, that is Asia Minor, to the west of the Pacific coast here, east. From this side to this side, there is 11-hour difference. In this whole Asia, there are 48 independent countries, and they vary in sizes from Russia, China, India. They are one of the greatest. To Singapore, Maldives and Bahrain are the smallest. Countries like Japan, Philippines, Indonesia are group of islands or most of the Asian countries have gained independence after the Second World War. But our country India in 1947. Whereas in 1991, which was USSR, that is United Soviet broke into several parts of independent republics, some of which are now in Europe and some in Asia. Here, some of the facts of Asia are, you will read these facts. This is longitude and extent, wide, largest country Russia, smallest Maldives, industrial Japan. So you will read this one for your benefit. Okay, now comes to the regional divisions. The countries of the largest continents are grouped into East Asian countries, North Asian countries, Central Asian countries and Southeast Asian countries. Southeast Asian countries and the countries of West Asia. The countries of Asia can therefore be divided into different groups based on their locations. East Asia, the eastern part of Asia consisting East Asia. North Asia, the parts that is contained in northern part. Central Asia is the landlocked countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. Next is Southeast Asia, the countries which is in the southeastern part of Asia. Southwest here, South Asia. South Asia are the countries that comes like India, Pakistan, Nepal, because we are at the southern part of Asia. West Asia, that is Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arab. It is the Iran, West Asia. Here there are name of the countries of Asia. What are the countries of East Asia? East Asia are the countries consisting of China, North South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Mongolia. These are the countries which comes in East Asia. This region has most varied vegetation of the world. In this part, deforestation is going on very rapidly, which is destroying most of the forest. East Asia has some of the world's busiest cities like Tokyo, Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and it has a population of 1.5 million. North Asia comes with Russia, Siberia, and the Russian Far East. North Asia is divided by a mountain range called the Ural Mountain, like in the north-south direction. The western part of Russia lies in the west of Ural Mountains, while a larger part is in Siberia. Siberia, it is totally east, lies in the east. It is in the subarctic region, therefore it is have long winters, severe winters, and the heavy snowfalls occurs there. The summers are very short and it is cold there, and when it is winter the conditions is very harsh. Population is we can say very few population, about 38 million people live there. Next is Central Asia, which consists of countries which have been part of Russia earlier but have been independent in 1991 when United Soviet Russia broke up, and these countries came into existence. That is Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Afghanistan. Well, it was not, it was there from the very beginning. The region extends from the Caspian Sea to the border of western China. More than 60% of Central Asia comprises of deserts, while the remaining 40% are grasslands. It has the Altai mountain in the east, which mainly lies in Kazakhstan and Tajikistan. There are two main rivers in Central Asia, that is Amu Darya and the Sur Darya. The very important river of Central Asian countries. The region remains dry for most of the year, and here population is about 67.3 million. Next comes Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia contains of the countries that are in the northern part of mainland Asia, that is Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Myanmar, which is known as Burma. Southern part, consists of islands like Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Indonesia, East Timor, and Philippines. Southeast Asia is bonded. Here you can see this is Southeast Asia. This is Southeast Asia. It is in the Indian Ocean. This is Southeast Asia. It is in the ocean. On the west of here it is the Pacific Ocean. On the west of the Pacific Ocean. This region is in abundance of here very and tropical rainforests are found, and very varieties of wildlife is also found here. Here the population is about 1,823 million. Next comes South Asia, that is here. It consists of India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Maldives, Bangladesh, and it is about 1/5 of the world's population, which is around 1.5 billion and is most densely populated region of the world. It is bounded by the Himalayas in the north, Bay of Bengal in the east, Arabian Sea in the west, Indian Ocean in the south. In this part, variety of natural vegetation and wildlife is there. Next is West Asia, which contains of Emirates, UAE, Armenia, and this is Arab Emirates, Armenia, Yemen, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Lebanon, Oman, Cyprus, Syria, Turkey, Georgia, Iran, Iraq, Oman, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, and Saudi Arab. This is Saudi Arab, and UAE, it is not a part of Saudi Arab. United Arab Emirates, if I take closer, see Turkey, now UAE and Saudi Arab, there are two different countries. This is UAE and this is Saudi Arab. Capital of UAE is Abu Dhabi and capital of Saudi Arab is Riyadh. So two different countries are there. Here the region is most of the region is dry. Deserts are found, densely populated, the places where the climate is capable for living. Water crisis is there. Here 7.23 million people live. Here the biggest desert is there of this part. Next we will do physical features next class.